Hey, it's Ray Langley at your service, virtual entertainer and wolf girl extraordinaire. Welcome back to a quick rehearsal stream. I'm just here to double check everything's fine with both my voice and my mic, my tech, before today's Ace Attorney stream. Keeping this one a bit short because the Ace Attorney stream might be a bit longer. But my voice is also a little bit dangerous today, as I have, full disclosure, developed a little bit of itch in my throat. So it shouldn't affect my performance, but it may affect the length at which I can perform. But with all that said, how is everyone doing today? Um, yeah, so let's see. Today, just double checking everything, making sure my mic isn't crackling too much before the actual gameplay stream. And also making sure that I can remember how the characters are supposed to sound. Um, I know it's a relatively bad French accent that I'm doing for, what's his face? Armstrong. And a pretty abrasive and loud Brooklyn accent for that one character that we ran into. I think I'm gonna keep the New York accent and just focus on doing New York and French. I'm not gonna do Italian this time, um, mostly because I think juggling three accents at once is kind of might be beyond what I'm currently able to do. No, well, no, that's not true. That's not true at all. But I think I'm better off saving the Italian accent for another case in the series down the line, and I'm just gonna use New York for now. Um, I'm gonna use Brooklyn for the one guy, and I might just use a more typical New York accent for a couple of the other characters that I vaguely remember might show up. And if they do, then um, we can just operate under the feeling that they're like Italian American New Yorkers, sort of thing. Um, Welcome in, Army. Good to see you. I'm mostly just rambling. I'm keeping this short and just sort of thinking out loud for you guys. Because this is still a rehearsal stream, and I still want you guys to basically feel like you're kind of backstage with me before the show starts. I think, yeah, we're gonna keep the New York accent, and we're gonna maybe I'll go more for a bit of a Long Island accent for the other characters that I want to do, or maybe at least tone down the New York. Not quite not quite so rough. And Brooklyn, because when I speak Brooklyn, it's very pronounced. But I also keep it. I also make my mouth a little cotton mouthy when I do it. I don't know how to explain that. I don't know. It just kind of alters the feel in my mouth. And also, I can't some I every time I do it, every time I hear it back, I just keep hearing Christopher Walken and kind of cringe. I don't know. this this mighty lizard man, freaking alligator sword. Um, Shin Yop from Brooklyn, Phoenix from Albany. Steamed hams, but Phoenix is steamed hams, but Phoenix is from Utica. Jesus Christ. Now I'm imagining that. I thought it was funny enough to make Phoenix from California and make Shin Hyap from, like, New York, but now just imagining them in completely different boroughs of New York is. But yeah, it's steamed hams, but it's Phoenix and Edgeworth. Phoenix is Skinner in that case, right? Because I can't imagine Miles Edgeworth, like, not only on the back foot, but pulling a Seymour Skinner. What if I buy Krusty Burgers and pass it off as my own cooking? Delightfully devious, Miles. Oh, just stretching my legs. Isometric exercise, right? Care to join me? Eh. Oh god, now why do I want to do a whole steamed hams dub as Phoenix Wright characters? I hate this. Okay, no. I can see one situation in which Miles Edgeworth is the Seymour Skinner. If the chief prosecutor is visiting. So now I'm imagining Lana Skye visiting Edgeworth's office, and that stupid shit goes down. Steamed hams, but it's the Von Karma residence. That's perfect. um it's freaking setting up different steamed hams ideas where it's like, oh my god, no, you know what's funny? It's perfect. Steamed hams, but Pearl burned the roast. She would do that and then do the whole contrived lie. I'm just imagining the crying Pearl CG where she's trying to put together the urn, but it's the burnt roast, and it's her crying where she's carrying a tray of hamburgers. Steamed hams, but it's Liz and Narissa. See, the thing is, in that situation, I could imagine either of them being Skinner, but I can't really imagine. I can imagine Liz playing as Chalmers, but I feel like they would break every couple of lines or so. Okay, so yeah, okay. I'm gonna do the good thing, the helpful thing about Armstrong's dialogue is that they write it in terribly accented French, so I don't have to practice that too much. Because the text box is already full of, like, supposed phonetic frankenization. Is that even whatever? um, and like, so when the accent is strong enough, they actually sort of write it into the text box, so I don't have to worry as much. It's characters that I headcanon more as having an accent that are harder. Like, Lotta Hart, they put her accent into the text box. Um, Armstrong, they put his accent into the text box. Um, but other characters, like when I headcanon Morgan Fay to have like a Japanese effect to accent to her English, that I had to practice. But the good thing about Ace Attorney is that is that they lean into stereotypes a little. No, that's terrible out of context. Gigi would set the house on fire. I can imagine Cecilia playing the role of like Cecilia or Raura playing the Agnes role at the end. Just because I can imagine Cece going, Liz, Liz, the house is on fire. Like in that specific way that scratches my like brain itch when Cecilia like says Liz's name, because she always goes like she always says it multiple times like Liz, Liz, Liz. I think like studying their patterns is really fun too, because like Cecilia does it multiple times. Raura usually says it once but long. She'll go like Liz stuff like that. um and then Gigi will kind of have a similar pattern to Cece but with more screaming. So like Cecilia would be like Liz, Liz, and then Gigi would be like Liz, ah. Let's see. How long do I have until my stream? 5 o'clock. So I have about an hour and change. Yeah. I'm definitely gonna like relax my throat a little and cuz I feel like the initial trial portion of these cases are getting shorter and shorter in favor of the latter trial process being much longer. So I think what we might be able to do today is the first trial and the second investigation, and if we can do that, that'll be awesome. Um, because then that's you know, that means next week we can wrap up the case and we can do these cases in 3 parts instead of 4. Maybe I'm just being a little optimistic, but and I'm not saying I want to get through these faster to be done with them, but I do want to like kind of I do kind of want to make them a little bit like meatier, make these streams a little bit like more substantial and get through more story without like every single chapter part being like, okay, that's it for this week, and then making you guys wait a whole week until like we progress the next part. Like if I can do like long ass investigation, short trial, long ass investigation, then long ass trial, that feels a little better to me. Um, of course, it kind of depends on the cases. Some of these cases get a little different here and there, but you know, um, I feel like this at this point in the franchise's history, they've sort of settled on a bit of a pattern that the establishing investigation is going to be really long. Then the short trial, because we all know that's not going to be where it ends, but it wants to like kind of change the pace and give you some of that like actual lawyering action bit, and then more investigation where we start revealing the real characters behind the bit. Yeah, I don't know. So yeah. As this has been a rehearsal stream, this is also a bit of a tech rehearsal stream. So, has anyone noticed any problems on your on we call it your side where it comes to the audio. Has my mic been doing the crackling thing? Because I'm starting to like kind of dread that with my streams, even though I know my cable is fine and my mic is fine, but I know it's been so far everything sounds good, perfect. So I don't know what happened, but maybe plugging in my audio interface a little bit longer before I go live might help in terms of like kind of having a steady power flow instead of like I don't know. Whatever the case, I'm glad it's been working so far, and I hope it stays that way when I am actually streaming the game. Um, so yeah. Da, da. I have not been practicing any of the accents. I've just been rambling this rehearsal stream. I'm sorry. I think I kind of, you know what though? I'm not gonna lie. I kind of like the idea of like having a side Yappa green room, um, where I can just kind of chatter with you guys before the case, before the playthrough. Um, for these longer form performances, I kind of like the idea of having just a room where I can just yap to you guys a bit, get it out of my system, and then the gameplay stream can be just the gameplay. So I might kind of make this a little bit more of a regular thing. Yeah, a Zatsu. So that's fun. Yeah, figuring out a little bit more about myself with this, and my style with these. Okay. But in all seriousness, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and probably make myself some like honey lemon water for my throat, because, like I said, I've got a little bit of a throat itch, and I don't want to impact the quality of the vocal performances that you hear during the Ace Attorney streams, because these are meant to be like I know it's not that serious, but I do want to provide a genuine, unique audio experience, as it were, if I want to be a little, like, pompous about it, and give you guys a full range voice acting performance. You know, as my way of making these streams, these Ace Attorney playthroughs, stand out a little bit more from the quite frankly saturated Ace Attorney voice dubbing market, as it were. Um, I'm sure it'll be less saturated when I get to the later games, because a lot of people like to play the first trilogy and not much beyond that. So once we get to investigations and the second trilogy, then it'll probably be a little less feeling like I'm competing in an overcrowded space by then. But right now, I'm really concerned with making sure you guys get something fun and unique out of this. So, um, Ray's voice dubbing is the best one. Well, you can't say that if that's the only one you've seen. So, I'm sure there are really good ones out there. Um, I know there are some with multiple people providing the voices. There are like group playthroughs. There's casual playthroughs. There's there's a little bit of something for a different style for everyone. And I want people who are looking for like a like more played straight uh, audio drama version with a little bit of like improv. Because I also do like when some of you guys throw lines for me to say in different characters' voices. Like when someone will type in a sentence and it's like, "Hey Nick," something insanely unhinged. Everyone's sleeping on Apollo Justice. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I can't wait to get to that trilogy, because I think a lot of people kind of ignore that Phoenix Wright continues after the first three, and I get it, but also I think you're missing out on a lot. So Silly Ray, you're the only thing that is currently fun for me. My dearest, most detested diary is me. Yeah, I've started to invest in a second toaster for the bathroom. Oh no, 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 Army, no, no bathroom toasters, no toaster bath. No, don't do that. I'm very glad that you do get something positive out of my streams, though, and that makes me really happy to hear. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and make my what I like to call my elixir of throat sorrent, and I will see you guys in about an hour, and we'll get the show on the road. So thank you all so much for just listening to me yap around a little bit, and I'm glad that you guys enjoy having this little space with me, this little break room. I'm gonna furnish the green room a little better. Get some actual chairs in here. Uh, the worst thing that an interior space can have with a lot of people is no chairs. Staring pointedly at Russell T Davies. The therapist said they went to get any new appointments. They're the only one in the city. Oh, I'm really sorry about that. But yeah. Uh, I will see you guys in an hour, and we're gonna have more fun, and we're gonna have more shenanigans. So, um, you know, meet back here, or no, meet back in the other stream, not here, but I won't be here. I'll be in the other stream. Of course, you guys already know where that is, but in case you don't, just redirect you over here real quick. um, and I'll see you guys soon. And if I don't see you soon, then whenever I do until next time that I do see you, make sure you eat well, stay hydrated, and get lots of good rest. Be kind to yourselves and be excellent to each other, and have a radiant rest of your day. And of course, as always, unshrimp yourselves. This has been Ray Langley, virtual entertainer and wolf girl extraordinaire. And yeah, curtain goes up in an hour. See you then. Bye bye.